Welcome back to Active Vernon. In this video, a ride from Vernon to Oyama along Mission Road that becomes Commonage Road, to Bailey Road, to Kekuli Bay Provincial Park, along the Kal Crystal Waters Trail to the Okanagan Rail Trail, and then into Oyama. And I'll be starting in South Vernon from the very top of the Commonage Trail, which connects you to Mission Road. The Commonage Trail is a bit of a zigzag all the way up, and then is pavement, great shoulder along Mission Road. This is Rose's Pond. This is a great place to look at turtles and some waterfowl. It's a well-known birding area. This pond was, in the 1950s anyways, part of the sewage system. It isn't anymore, but it is a great place for birding. And as I say, I often stop here and have a look for little turtles before heading on. If you were coming from Predator Ridge area, up top of that hill there, you'd be coming in from that side. The last bit of pavement on this journey, have a look at the shoulder here. This is the only roadway that doesn't have any sort of shoulders, and you'll be going at speed, so make sure you take the lane there. And we're heading for this trail here you can see on the left. Do make sure that you slow down when you get to this gravel path, because it is very loose gravel, and I have seen some people go too far into that shoulder. But this is a new trail last year to allow us folk from Vernon and Predator Ridge to access Kekuli Bay Provincial Park a lot easier than before. I usually stop up here to have a look at the view over Kalamalka Lake. I've sped up this video. It's an hour ride, and I've sped this video up so it's a 10-minute video. And this is actually what it feels like when you're zipping down this trail. As I say, it is loose, so you have to watch those corners. Then underneath, and voila! You're in Kekuli Bay Provincial Park. And now we are heading to the Kal Crystal Waters Trail. This fork on the left goes down to the campground, and on the right, the one that we're taking, goes up to a parking lot which is on Highway 97. And we're just going to go through the parking lot. Hope you saw a porta potty there. And down this little road, through the gate. We're going past a ranch here. Often see cattle there on the left. Oh, and a lot of people walk their dogs here. I usually stop here too to get a great view of the lake looking towards Oyama and the isthmus there. Again, this is a little bit of loose gravel. This is very well packed, this part here. And we are just going over a little creek bed. On different seasons, there'd be some water crossing there. You saw a little bench, a nice little place to sit. And this is a retaining wall holding that roadway up, and a beautiful view of the lake again. Now then, this trail that we're on, this part of the trail, is actually the old part of the old Highway 97. A little bit of history here, courtesy of Ribbons of Green members. And it was trail maintenance day, so I had a few people to pass. They're all very conscientious. This is a beautiful section above the Okanagan Rail Trail and overlooking the lake, and this is my favorite bench where I often stop for my snack, or if I'm walking this trail, where I'll stop for lunch. Adventure Girl really likes this trail. So yeah, old highway, there's a few little remnants of pavement and little rooty things here, a few bumps, more maintenance crew, a couple twists in the road, and we're coming up to another fork in the road. If you go left, you go down to the Okanagan Rail Trail, and there's a little side trail that connects with this trail that I'm going to take. I'm going to go on the right. We're heading to some single track on the Kal Crystal Waters Trail. I haven't ridden this part of the trail with my new bike. It's an e-bike, and it feels especially long. My normal bike, before I could negotiate these really tight turns, but my new e-bike seems a little longer, and here than this first turn, I couldn't make it actually. I had to stop and try it again, and there we go. Then we get going. This is a really lovely, cool part of the trail on a hot summer day. And we're coming up to a little connector trail that goes to that fork in the road trail. And once again, we're just above the Okanagan Rail Trail and overlooking the lake in a lot of different places. I carry bear spray with me, but I didn't see any animals but this chipmunk. A few twists and turns. I'm going to be coming to a stop at a part of the trail that when I'm walking, when Adventure Girl and I are walking, we often get off of this single track and go down to the Okanagan Rail Trail right here. If I would have pulled back a bit, you would have been able to see the little connecting path. And the reason when we're walking we go down there is because this trail continues on from here, and it goes up to the Kal Crystal Waters Road parking lot, which if you're walking doesn't really go anywhere. You just have to go back to the rail trail or turn around. And there's a very tight switchback at the end, and it's steep. And once again, I didn't make it. I had to get off my bike and realign myself and get back on. And this is a really steep section here. But once you're up here, we're at Crystal Waters Road here, and in about 1.5 kilometers we'll get back onto the Okanagan Rail Trail. It's not marked here, but just look for this little side road. And here, coincidentally, my neighbor goes past and waves. She just bought a e-bike, a Giant Liv, and she just loves it. Nice to see her out on the trail. So there was a washroom there at about kilometer 14 of the Okanagan Rail Trail, and Oyama is kilometer 18. This is the 4 kilometers in between. Lots of people. There's some development taking place. This is kilometer 17. And we're almost at the end. And at the end there's some food opportunities, and there's a lovely beach. You can get ice cream here. There's a general store. And I stopped here for lunch. Yeah, so just over an hour and just a little bit more than 20 kilometers.